Yeah, I don't want to share what Julie says, a combination of so many things. Anyway, let me welcome you once again to Good Morning Nigeria, and it's time for newspaper review in just a moment. Well, our newspaper reviewer, Chukwudi Okori-Waja, is seated in the studio and he's giving us some laughs this morning.
No, you have to thank Providence that I went to Sunday school.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would spill on the gossip between the two of you before the cameras, found you.
Thank God for the Sunday school.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
You're gentlemen of the press.
Yeah. Good morning. Okay, let me start, Chume. Since you have bullied me into reading to this morning, let me just start with The Nation. And The Nation has a number of stories as always, but the lead story, Tinubu kicks off payment of 32 billion naira to students as loans. And this is good news coming. And it's also been, of course, emphasized by NANS. It's one of the riders there. It's a new dawn, says NANS. And NANS, of course, National Association of Nigerian Students. Now, about 103,000 applicants have been successful, and we hear that the institutions in the northern part of the country are ahead, of course, in this number. So, 103,000 student applicants are successful to benefit from the students' loan as President Tinubu kicks it off. That's about 32 billion naira worth of loans to be accessed by students. And you see probably President Tinubu presenting a dummy check to Law Justice Ikechukwu, a student of Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Futo, during that event yesterday. That's the picture story that you're seeing. And that's the lucky student, Justice Ikechukwu, student of Futo, Federal University of Technology, Owerri. Congratulations to him, I should say that. And again, we have banks to pay tax on forex business gains. It's also trending on the right-hand column. Yes, to your right-hand column, that's to my left. And the President seeks addition of 6.2 trillion naira to 2024 budget. Varsity students shun hostels over fear of bandits attacks, says VC. It's on page 26. I don't know which of this university, but let me quickly see if I can find it on page 26. Am I correct? On page 26. But page 26 has no...
It has change of name and change of everything. Just continue.
All right. Let's take you above The Nation. Senate replaces Ndume as chief whip. APC asks senator to quit. Check page 5. Hopefully you'll find that story on page 5. Now, 401 Osun councils caretaker members resign. We uphold democracy. And court reinstates Shuaibu as Edo deputy governor. Judge Oke Tohodalo's candidacy in Edo. I know some people will be rejoicing over this now. Details of that story on page 6. You can find that. And quickly, PDP governor seek political solution to reverse logjam. It's also trending on the front page. Let me quickly leave The Nation and quickly look at Blueprint. And Blueprint leads with, for the second time in 7 years, Ndume incurs Senate's wrath. Sacked as chief whip, Munguno steps in. He's free to join PDP or any opposition, APC, and group backs and battled lawmaker. Building collapse. Lagos, 3 others lead as Nigeria records 418 deaths. It's on page 21. Now, Yusuf returns Gaya Emir, appoints 2 others, second-class monarchs. It's on page 20. Flood, petrol shortage, others to fuel inflation. July, Rwani. Zamfara recruits 2,000 teachers to enhance science and technical education. Nigeria invested over $2 billion in renewable energy. It's on the front page there. Now he wants mining licenses tied to local value addition. And Didi Esther Watson-Jack replaces Yemi Esson as head of civil service. The picture is there. And of course, Tinubu 6.2 trillion budget increase receives NAS approval. And we hear some people battling for Super Eagles plum job, Shell and Saint Fiat. I hope. All right.
Just say it confidently like you know it. Yeah, let's quickly go to the leadership newspaper and some of the stories. Claire has already read them, and let me go quickly to the ones that have not been read. PDP governors declare minimum wage delay, with riders welcome Supreme Court ruling on local government autonomy. Suggest political solutions to Rivers crisis, and court bars PDP from conducting congresses in Rivers State. You find all the details on page 4. UAE Embassy mum as uncertainty trails visa fee hike. Details on page 23. Northern Varsities more proactive in loan scheme. That's coming from NEL Fund. You find that on page 8. Kano government revokes land allotted by Ganduje. Details on page 17. NACON chairman explains 90 billion naira subsidy for 2024 Hajj. You find the details on page 7. And the picture story you see there is those who attended the launch of the student loan fund by President Bola Tinubu yesterday. You can see the SGF, Mr. George Akume, board chairman, Nigeria Education Loan Fund, Minister of Education, Professor Mohamed Taher, Finance, Wale Edun, Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, and Minister of Budget and National Planning, Atiku Bagudu, with other attendees at the presidential villa. And Mongono replaces Dume as Senate Majority Whip. Find the details on page 6. That's about what we have in the leadership newspaper this morning. Mr. Chukudi.
Yeah, Jumai, PDP governors decrying delay in approving a minimum wage across the nation. That sounds so good, but they quickly warn that whatever you approve must be something that can be paid.
Must be a working wage.
So you can see that there's a little politics in it. You know, we want it to happen now. Why are you keeping it? But please, whatever you approve, make sure it is something we can afford to pay. It's okay. Good talk still. Dialogue should finish it. As I always say here.
Chooks, let's quickly look at the 32 billion naira.
We'll get there.
Yes, I think that's the lead story.
Yeah, they welcome the Supreme Court ruling on local government autonomy. That again is very important, even though you would say, what choice did they have? Then suggest political solutions to Rivers crisis. The Rivers people will eventually settle their matter. I said that long ago. Now the money you're talking about?
Yes, the student's loan. Because,
the student's loan.
Yes, it's a major story.
It is not a palliative. It is almost a lifesaver. And it tells us that we are beginning to re-accord education the attention it deserves. Education, agriculture, don't joke with those.
Don't joke with it.
Security, of course, is part of it. But agriculture and education, I keep on stressing, are areas we must not lose, focus on. So it is a highly commendable thing. And I'm also happy that somebody's noting that northern varsities are more proactive in terms of handling this.
Yes.
So efficiency is being, lauded somewhere.
Yeah.
The people who seem to be lagging should take, note of what has been said. And please hurry to bring succor into the lives of these students. And then NANS, of course, is very happy about it.
But they should also know that this is a loan and must be paid back. The students.
Yes.
It's not just taking the money and go with. You will pay back the money.
Jumai,
Just like it's done in other climes, because
Jumai,
even when Obama was president, he was still paying his student loan
Jumai,
at that stage.
Jumai, have you never taken a loan? Did you show more energy in terms of repayment than getting it first? I think they will handle that when it comes. The most important thing is to, you know, phase it in a way that they can handle. That is, arrange it in a way that they can handle. If it's bulk and all that, I don't think it is. It will become difficult for some students to return and all that. So the repayment pattern is as important as the loan that is given itself, so that there won't be many cases of default.
Yes.
I think there's a penalty for default. Yes.
So that they will not japa with the money, because there was stories trending that people who were still working in government japat and were still being paid salaries.
No, some people would attempt to japa with it. Whether you like it or not, crime is inevitable.
Yeah,
you're only trying to reduce it to the barest minimum. So let them make sure that the loopholes, as many of them as possible, are plugged. Because this is money that should be actually something that gets to other people if a good repayment is assured. You understand? I think it's very important that this gets done. Yes. Then there's this one about Mongunu replacing Ndume as Senate Majority Whip. Senator Ndume has actually been known to be not a gadfly, not a gadfly, but he's somewhat a maverick. He's always been that way, you know. It's not just this administration.
Even before he joined
politics, has to be fair to him.
Even as a lecturer, he has always been
that way.
What
we need to, it is important to note he has always been like that. I attended a seminar, and I said, look, I'm one of the most hardworking people in one organization where I work and all that. And still, I don't think I'm one of those who are particularly favored in terms of the person who was talking to us from the US said, do they see absolute loyalty in your attitude? You get the message?
Yes, I get
so
the message.
If the APC and the government do not see absolute loyalty from him, there's going to be a little, that's how it works in administration.
Yeah, indeed.
But let us make sure we're not stifling, you know, dissenting voices that could actually help us sometimes to correct certain things.
Indeed. And
Very
we have
important.
another woman at the head of the civil service.
Yes.
Lady Wilson Jack, congratulations to her.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's a succession of women in the civil service. That's why I say the civil service is so stable. You know, because we know
what
we're
a man
naturals.
can do, a woman can do better.
Yes.
Very
we're
good.
Naturals, so the civil
Anytime
service, yes.
something happens positively to the Nigerian woman, as I congratulate the person, I also congratulate Claire and my sister.
Forget my name.
No, not Jumei now. Jumei is just joining you guys in this activism, you know. But the
So you did it?
Ray. But the
Not
truth
Ray.
is that it's God Day. I got it. When she told me how to pronounce her name, I placed God Day there. It reminds me, it's Ray. Okay?
Ray.
Imagine. So, let us be serious about this matter because it's a serious matter.
It is.
Women are not being fairly treated on the African continent. So anytime anything like this happens, we must applaud it. Is it politics you're going to talk about? Where you expect one married woman in Africa that is super culture conscious to attend 3 a.m. meetings with politicians and all that, she's left holding the short end of the stick.
Yes.
So when anything good like this happens, we must always applaud it. But we can do more.
Let's look at another story. The resignation of 401 council caretaker committee members in Osun. And
is it in connection with the Supreme Court?
Well, it has to be.
It's caretaker.
Yes, it's caretaker. Yes.
But they are not getting act. They will
exactly.
not get access to
If they are not properly elected
way.
into office, for crying out loud, they should not expect any operating.
Exactly.
Most of them will be contesting, I'm sure, for the local government elections.
But I'm telling you, let me just say, the resignation letter titled "Resignation from Position of Chairman, Caretaker Committee, Udio, Tin Local Government Area, And it reads, I hope this letter finds you well. It is with a sense of duty and respect for our democratic principles
That's it.
that I write to tender my resignation from my position as chairman for the caretaker committee of this local government. As I move on to pursue further opportunities to serve my people, I want to assure you that the good work we have started will not end.
The others who
yes,
have not
so-
done that had better take a cue from them, because very soon pressmen will start kicking up different words to, blah, blah, blah,
Exactly.
kicked out of office.
Exactly.
We know how to deliver those punches.
Yes,
So let them count their teeth with their tongues.
Yes, and today we hope, since the president is meeting with the labor unions today, we hope something good comes out of it.
Let them keep
I will not be
jaw-jawing.
dragged further.
Yes. No, there's quiet in the camp of labor.
Yeah.
So I think something gladdening is beginning to happen. But at the end of the day, one would always advise, let them meet each other halfway.
Let them gladden our hearts
I know.
over the weekend so that we can have.
Juma is spending
You know-
times 3 of what she earns now.
You know-
Exactly.
You know,
Oh,
why,
Jumai.
why we are applauding
Yes.
the caretaker committee
Committees.
chairman for resigning. In Edo State, Edo Council chair impeached over 1.7 billion naira budget padding.
Well,
The cat is credited with having maybe more than 9
9
lives.
lives.
Corruption in Nigeria. Please, we have not judged this case.
No.
When you have not
No,
proved
no, no,
anything
of course,
in court,
but it's-
you don't go talking anyhow. You know, we are good journalists.
Yes.
You know,
and Claire,
Yes,
we have
but
to
this
let-
is
we have to let Chukudi go.
okay. Chicks the boy.
you have to. She didn't say you have to shut Chukudi up.
No, she
but
said
I
we
got
have,
the
we have
message.
to let you go. So I let you go. We'll see you tomorrow, Friday.
Bye bye, ladies.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
All right, you're watching Good Morning Nigeria. Don't go away. We'll be right back.